In a small, quiet town lived a girl named Lily. She had a heart full of dreams, but most of them were tied to the sparkle of wealth. She was with a boy, Leo, whose pockets were light but whose heart was heavy with love for her. Leo worked tirelessly at the local bookstore, saving every penny, dreaming of a simple, happy life with Lily. He'd bring her wildflowers he picked on his way home and write her poems on scraps of paper. For a while, that was enough. But Lily's eyes were always scanning the horizon for something more. She saw the fancy cars that passed through town and the designer bags in glossy magazines. She started to see Leo's simple gestures not as love, but as a reminder of what he couldn't give her. The wildflowers wilted too quickly, and the poems couldn't buy a diamond ring. A growing dissatisfaction began to cast a shadow over their love. One day, a man named Julian drove into town in a gleaming sports car. He was charming, wore expensive suits, and owned a string of successful businesses in the city. He saw Lily and was instantly captivated by her beauty. He showered her with gifts she had only ever dreamed of: silk dresses, extravagant dinners, and promises of a life filled with luxury. Lily was dazzled. This was the life she believed she deserved. Julian's world was a whirlwind of glamour and excitement, a stark contrast to her quiet life with Leo. The choice, in her mind, became painfully clear. One evening, under the pale moonlight, where she and Leo had shared so many dreams, she ended it. She told him his love wasn't enough to build the future she wanted. Leo was heartbroken, left standing alone with the shattered pieces of their shared dreams and a bouquet of wildflowers wilting in his hand. Lily moved to the city with Julian, stepping into a fairy tale. The apartments were lavish, the parties were endless, and the gifts kept coming. She thought she had found her happily ever after, but soon the glitter began to fade. Julian was often away on business trips. His calls became shorter, and his charm felt rehearsed. The expensive gifts started to feel like apologies, not tokens of affection. One evening, while waiting for Julian to come home, she stumbled upon messages on his laptop. They were from another woman, filled with the same sweet promises he had once made to Lily. The truth hit her like a physical blow. She was just another one of his fleeting interests, a pretty accessory he was growing tired of. When she confronted him, he didn't deny it. He simply told her it was over, as easily as one discards an old coat. Suddenly, Lily was alone in a big, cold city. The fancy apartment was no longer hers, and the silk dresses felt like a costume for a part she was no longer playing. She had traded a love that was pure and true for a dream that was hollow. With nothing left, she returned to her small town, her heart heavier than she ever thought possible. She saw Leo one afternoon, still working at the bookstore. He looked up, and for a moment, their eyes met. There was no anger in his gaze, only a quiet sadness, a hint of the man whose heart she had broken. But he was with someone new, a girl who smiled at him with genuine warmth, a girl who seemed to cherish the simple, beautiful things he had to offer. Lily walked away, the weight of her choices settling upon her. She had chased after a world of riches, only to discover she had lost the greatest treasure of all, a love that was real. She had everything she thought she wanted, and in the end she was left with nothing but the echo of what could have been. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next video.